See. Waiting for some people to hop on real quick. We're gonna get this thing started. Too much news to make a video on this. Had to go live on this. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Oh. All right. Oh. Gonna wait for some people to hop on. This is kind of sudden. I didn't plan on making or doing a live today, so just waiting for some people to hop on, see if people are interested in all this Florida Gators news. A little craziness. It looks like some people are hopping in right now. So, like I said, everyone, I wasn't planning on making a live. I know people are trying to hop on the live. Maybe people are trying to find it. And a lot of Florida Gator news happening. What's going on, Peyton? What's going on? There might be a little bit of a lag, so I'll try to, once I see everyone. What's going on, Peyton? Yeah, the last time I did a live was the spring game, so not too many people expect me to do lives a whole lot. Now I'm planning on doing lives in the future on Fridays, maybe do like one day a week and just kind of just talk sports. And that's my channel, Sports with Blake. But everyone knows I'm a big Florida Gator fan, so and everyone knows what's going on right now. I got a couple people in the live. I don't want to waste too much time. I don't want people waiting around, and I don't get to what I want to talk about. You see on the screen what I got. So about 2 hours ago, Gravy Biscuits. I like that name. What's up, buddy? Lag recruiting. Is it? I'm hoping it's not lagging too bad, everyone. I'm really hoping. But Napier. All right. So it looks like people already commenting a couple things. So let's see. Napier is going to learn real quick that the SEC is different animal, and to compete with UGA, which is Georgia, he has to do something. But it's his first year. Look, I'll get into, everyone's asking about, keeping up with recruiting and things of that nature. Florida Gators recruiting, it's took a hit the past couple of days. With the news with Jane Rashada possibly going to Miami now. That's something you didn't want to hear about. And then was it Trayshawn Webb? Webb, the guy who Florida Gators have been targeting for a while. It looks like he's going to Penn State, and I know there's a couple other recruits. So people have gotten frustrated, and they have taken to social media. And it's like, I don't know what's going on with the Florida Gator fans if they expect like pure dominance, like right when Billy Napier was hired. This Florida. I don't know if I'm breaking any news. The Florida Gators football team is not an elite program anymore. And I was going to make a video about all this, but I was like, I want to go live, and I want other people to, feel how frustrated I am about, what I've seen from the Florida Gators. If it's the swamp, the 247, the swamp on the comments on there. Heck, even on Twitter, people are going after Katie Turner, the new assistant recruiting director or whatever she is with the Florida Gators. People are going after her. I'm like, listen, she just got hired. Billy Napier hasn't even coached a down for the Florida Gators yet. He hasn't even coached a game, and people are going after his throat. And if you see right here, I put up here, Billy Napier pens open letter to Florida fans because the Florida Gator fans are going after him so bad that he had to release a statement about everything that's going on. I mean, I'm like, guys, we got to calm down with this stuff right now. Like, Pate, this is getting uncomfortable for the Gators. Man, it's getting uncomfortable for me. It's like, man, fans, we got to calm down. As fans, we're just fans. Of course, we show support. We buy all the merch. I try to buy merch. I can't find it in my size, but, we buy all this stuff and we tune into the Florida Gators. we got to do better as fans, to support the Florida Gators, because the Florida Gators are not an elite program right now. I just said that. But we got to, we got to stop with this going after the head coach or going after assistant directors, just going after everybody because you don't like that recruits decommitted or going somewhere else. Listen, I have kept up with high school recruiting for so long. This happens every year. It's not just Florida. It'll be Florida State, Miami, Ohio State. Guys will commit, decommit, or you think that they're going to your school and they're not. This happens all the time. And, sucks Demarkcus is leaving. I want to see him play. Look, that was one of my top 5 players. I had Jervin Dexter, and then I remember saying Demarkcus Bowman was that guy, 5-star recruit when he came out of high school, 5-star running back, But if you watch the spring game, Montreal Johnson was that dog, was that good running back for the Florida Gators. And remember, Naquan Wright is still on the depth chart. So Demarkcus Bowman is going down on the depth chart. So he's going to be 3rd, if not 4th. I think Lingard is 4th and Demarkcus Bowman is 3rd on the depth chart. With Billy Napier, he's going to go with the Montreal Johnson. I already knew that even after the spring game because he's comfortable with Montreal Johnson. Played in his system at Louisiana. So I wanted to go live because once I heard the Demarkcus Bowman news, I was like, people are going to start freaking out. Because they've already freaked out about the Rashada, the Webb, and all this kind of stuff. And, Billy Napier putting out a press release. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness. With all this news and with the Bowman news, I was like, man, I got to go live to tell people, like, calm down. Calm down. I'm hoping people watch this live after because it'll be posted on my channel after I'm done. But, man, we got to remain calm. What did Aaron Rodgers say? RELAX. Relax. Billy Napier hasn't even coached a game yet, hasn't called a play for the Florida Gators. But we just, as fans, listen, a lot of people remember I made a video once Billy Napier got hired, and I was skeptical. To me, I'm always skeptical of somebody new. If somebody comes in my family new, I'm always skeptical. I welcome them. I shake their hand. I say, hey, welcome to the family if they're a new person. But I always keep an eye out on them. And when Billy Napier came in, I was kind of the same way. I was, that's just how I am, and people got after my throat. Hey, man, give this guy a chance. Give this guy a chance. And now 7 months later, it's like people want to bury this guy. I'm like, listen, this is coming from a guy who was skeptical of the hiring, but I have seen what Billy Napier has done since he's been with the Florida Gators. I like it. This is the stuff I like. He's trying to bring some different values to the Florida Gators. He's not letting these guys run all over him. He's trying to teach different values, and he keeps saying that. And, yes, it seems like he's saying all the right things, but I believe he is true to it. And that's just my opinion. But let's see, Montreal. I'm going into the comments. I'm trying not to talk because if I talk too much, I'm going to get frustrated. It's just what I've seen from the fans. And I'm not saying it's my subscribers. I think my subscribers understand. They understand this whole Florida Gators thing is a process. But I just hate as just, the Florida Gators were a great team. Of course, we all know that. I mean, 06, 08, national champions. But we're far from that right now. The Florida Gators are far from that. This is going to be a process. I don't expect this thing to be 1, 2 years, 3, 4 years down the road, I can go, okay, maybe we need to start reevaluating. But right now, I understand we got to give this guy some time. But let's check it out. Yeah, let's go to the let's go to the comments. Let's see right here. Let's see. Dontron, we were just praising Nate, and people are mad. Like, what the hell? Hey, he's doing his best because Mullen screwed. Listen. Y'all, if y'all have been with me from the beginning, y'all understand Mullen is a sore subject with just me. You saw my videos. You saw after Missouri. You saw after South Carolina. I was in a bad state. I was in a bad, and I promise I won't have videos like that again. I felt like after looking back, I'm like, man, I need to do better. I need to do better. I felt like those videos were a little aggressive, me going after, but I don't know. He just made me so mad. I couldn't help myself on that. So let's see. These kids are hesitant to go to Florida because the head coaching hasn't been consistent. Y'all have 4 coaches since 2008. they're saying to themselves, how long is this coach here for? Look, I feel like that's one, absolutely. When you have that turnover on head coaches, that's expected. You're going to see kids like, hey, man, y'all haven't gotten a foundation yet, so I don't want to go into that. That's totally understandable. But you also got to think, nowadays, what do kids have? They have social media. Don't you think they're hearing all this stuff that Florida Gator fans are putting out there? Like, they're looking at it like, man, I don't know if I want to go to this fan base that's trashing, this head coach who hasn't even called a play yet. I don't know if people think about that. Like, that's the kind of things that fans need to think about. Like, I mean, we got to do better. Like, because high-profile recruits are looking like, man, if I have one bad game, what's this fan base going to think of me? So, like I said, I had to go live because I was like, I don't think a 3 to 5 minute video was going to do it justice. I really don't. That's just me. Florida Gators, we haven't played. Can't let the meltdown begin. Listen, it has been a frustrating week to be a Florida Gator fan. I will absolutely go with that. I mean, but that's every fan base has got to go through that. I mean, 1 week it's like, man, you're looking great. I mean, I feel like there's going to be recruits in the next couple weeks. Now, of course, this weekend's going to be big. We'll see about the Rashada news, and I feel like there's going to be possibly a couple other ones. But I made a post about a big defensive end. Was he 6'6", 250 pounds? I think his last name's Falk. That dude's a monster. I kind of looked at a little bit of his highlights. I like to look at all of them, and I like to try to find out as much as I can. But man, 6'6", 250 pounds. I mean, I know he's going to be committing on July 5th. Florida Gators are in his top 4. So let's see right here. I just wonder if Montreal can do it in the SEC. I'm wondering the same. And sorry, I know I'm kind of catching up with the comments now. From what I've seen from Montreal Johnson, even looking back in Louisiana, and then what he did in that spring game, I didn't even notice it when I was on live. I didn't realize Montreal Johnson was going back and forth. He was going against the SEC defense, but on either side. But he was performing very well. I mean, he had to be tired, and that dude was like, I don't know, he was a machine that game. And I felt like out of all the running backs, he definitely had the best game. And that made me go back and look at his Louisiana tape. And I think, he wasn't a 4-star transfer whenever Florida got him for no reason. The dude can play. And Billy Napier trusts him. I think it's his guy that will, do well in his system. So I think he will. That's just me, his body type and how he runs. He to me, he runs like an SEC running back. He runs with aggressiveness. So I like what I've seen from Montreal Johnson so far, and I think Billy Napier likes it as well. These are Mullen's players. A lot are, and look, and sorry, this is one of the things I want to talk about is, people keep talking about recruiting, and it's a big thing. But remember, now with all this NIL stuff, the transfer portal is just as important. And what did Billy Napier do in the transfer portal? He got to the Florida Gators to the number 17th ranked in the team rankings by 247 Sports. I was like, he did an impressive job in the transfer portal. The transfer portal is going to be key for many years to come now, because a lot of these players get that bag coming out of high school. They get their money, and now they're going to come, and hit the transfer portal, and Florida Gators are going to be waiting right there, or a lot of teams are. So, and what Billy Napier did in the transfer portal was impressive to me, and that's what made me start believing even more. I was like, man, he's doing a really good job. And I know he got a lot of his guys from Louisiana, but if those guys trust him to make that jump from Louisiana to Florida, I feel like this guy has something. Billy Napier has something that the players love, the players like. Remember, I don't know why people are freaking out so much about recruiting. He's gotten some IMG Academy players. When did Dan Mullen, a lot of the other coaches were able to get them? Billy Napier came in fresh off the street and was able to get IMG players. And IMG is that's where you go to get top recruits. So, Billy Napier has done a good job in just 7 months. And I don't know why people are bashing him and bashing a lot of, just a lot of people. Just what I've seen over social media the past couple of days has just been a headache for me. It has. And the Jaden Rashada, listen, I want the guy, but if he doesn't want to come to Florida, he doesn't want to. Now, I do believe one thing with Billy Napier, and I bet you somebody's going to comment about it. With Billy Napier not wanting to do a bidding war kind of thing, I feel like that is a negative because I feel like teams are going to have to do a bidding war for these top athletes, especially the top ones, 5 and the high 4-star recruits. You're going to have to pay up for these players. And if you're not wanting to do that, you're going to fall behind. So I do agree with a lot of people saying that, but to go after Billy Napier and the staff, I think that's too much. It's just too early for that. But I believe Billy Napier is going to make that correction. I think he understands that they're going to have to pay to play. So, not going to coach many downs with this recruiting, but I love my Gators till the end. We are no different than any other fan base. They do the same and will be doing this too. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Could say the same about Cristobal. AR-15 for Heisman. I mean, I'm expecting AR-15 to have a great season, by the way. I don't know what it is. I had a good feeling about him even after last year. I know just his development. The LSU game, just go put that on. I get at the end, I don't know what he was throwing at the end when in that interception, but I've watched that LSU game a lot. Just how his poise and how he ran the play action, and with the whole quarterback battle and all that stuff and all that debacle that Dan Mullen was doing, I felt like he came in and gave a spark for the Florida Gators. And then he had a great spring game. So I'm expecting Anthony Richardson to have a great season. And I think a lot of other people are too. I think a lot of people have him as a late first round draft pick possibility because he's got the tools. I mean, what did they say? The intangibles. He's got the intangibles. What are the intangibles? Well, you just know it when you see it. And I see it in Anthony Richardson. I think a lot of other scouts do as well. Let's see. I got 45 people in the live. Listen, I appreciate everyone tuning in. I wanted to make this live. If you're new coming in, I just want to make this live to kind of hopefully get people's attention to maybe calm down on spurning or getting at the throat of Billy Napier and the coaches right now. I think it's too early for that at this moment. Let's see. Tyler Elliott, what's going on? What is Gator fans don't understand is this is not Billy's issue. This is a Strickland issue. Oh, we got a Strickland. Hey, listen, I'm all for that. I understand. I mean, who's been the common denominator in all this mess? Scott Strickland. And not too many people have talked about that. I'm glad you brought that up, Tyler. Sorry, my throat's going dry. I start going, I won't stop. So, Auburn would have hired Billy Napier last year. And, what they got? Brian Harsin. Auburn's, you want to talk about a college team that's gone downhill is Auburn. Auburn, I mean, we're not even in that bad of shape. Auburn, I mean, how many players transferred this offseason from Auburn? I mean, I couldn't even count. I mean, they had so many, and their coach stayed. So a lot of Auburn fans that I've talked to are kind of uneasy about Brian Harsin. And I know he had the whole scandal with some woman he was cheating on or possibly cheating on his wife with or something. I don't know. And then you had just so many players leaving Auburn. It's just a big red flag. I feel like Auburn's going to be good on the defensive side, but I think they're not going to be able to score very much. But let's see. He's not giving the resources he promised Napier. Listen, that was one thing that Billy Napier came in. He had all these demands. And, Scott Strickland, he's like, oh, yeah. And then once you get in, he's like whenever you go to a new job and they promise you all this. Oh, you're not going to be working overtime. You're going to be doing you're just going to be working 4 10s. And then, oh, well, we're going to be working 5 8s, but then you're also going to be working weekends. You're like, well, that wasn't the deal. Whatever to get you in because they like you, and then they're going to change it up on you. That doesn't surprise me. I don't know. Scott Strickland has always been that guy that I've always kept, I don't know. I've just been uneasy about. I don't know. He's just weird to me. I don't know. It's not Billy's fault. I don't even, with everything going on, 7 months, it can't even be his fault yet. I mean, he doesn't have anything. He's going into the SEC. People want to see what, he's about. And you also got to remember, all these guys that commit, they haven't signed anything yet. So they can still flip these guys. So just because it's a commit doesn't mean they can't change course and end up at Florida. So, I like doing, videos and saying, hey, we got this commit and we got this recruit. I like doing it, but it doesn't mean that they're going to stay. More often than not, I say a lot will keep their commit. I'd say about 75% keep their commits, but that 25% can still be flipped. I don't know what the statistics are on that, but I still feel like we can still get some guys who haven't signed, who are just committed. I believe Billy Napier can maybe get these guys flipped after they see him on the field and see how he does, because that first game against Utah is going to be a big tell of how Billy Napier is going to succeed within the SEC, because Utah coming in is a big that's a big game. Utah is returning 17 starters from the previous season. If Billy Napier, it's a home game, if Billy Napier can win that game, man, I'm telling you, the fans that are talking now won't be talking like they are right now. They will be so excited. So Utah and Kentucky, those first two games are going to be huge for Billy Napier. Let's see. Transfer portal is to fill in spots and not to build a team. I agree with that, and that's what Billy Napier did in the transfer portal. This offseason. I think he did a great job of that. And he's going to have to do that for another couple years, because with these recruits still not knowing, and with the foundation not really laid, for the past years. I believe he's going to have to hit the transfer portal, and to fill some spots. Hey, look, it worked out well for LSU. LSU, when they won the national championship, they hit the transfer portal, ended up, they got Joe Burrow. That was the missing piece. Ended up winning the national championship. So, they were a quarterback away. They got that quarterback. So, if the Florida Gators can't land a quarterback in this class, I'm not giving up that they can't get a big one in the transfer portal next year. So, that's why the transfer portal is a huge deal right now. And I think it's going to be I'm not going to say it's going to be bigger than players coming out of high school, but, with everyone getting these big NIL deals, the following year, are they going to get the same? So they might transfer and might try to get something bigger. And maybe the University of Florida will be waiting for them. Not a fan of Mullet, or Millet. I don't know who that is. Is he better than the new AD? I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. Hearing Jaden Rashada pushing his commitment back again? I know it was Sunday, right? The 26th. Right, so 25th. Yeah. Is he pushing it back again? I thought he was doing it on his grandmother's birthday. I haven't heard that yet, but let's see. Rashada coming to the U, fellas. I thought with the 3-star quarterback, Emory Williams, committing to Miami, and because he's going to the Elite 11 as well with Jaden Rashada, I thought that might have pushed Jaden Rashada, away from Miami, but hey, Miami might be content on having two, really good quarterbacks. Because I think that quarterback they got is a pretty good one. He's a 3-star, but I think he's underrated. He's been underrated for a while. If you haven't seen that, Emory Williams, I made a video about him. Check it out on my channel. Let's see. His replacement, Trevor Etienne, has arrived. Let's see. Rashada will go to Miami because they got receivers, and that's going to help going to the NFL. I feel like, Miami has some receivers, but Florida, they got receivers. Trip Whittemore, Fraziers, Henderson, and then Ricky Pearsall. The Florida Gators got a decent amount of wide receivers this upcoming season. Now with, Jaden Rashada, he might be thinking long term, and, with Jaden Rashada, with a lot of these quarterbacks that come out of high school, it is a big deal to land a big quarterback, even in the 23 class, because a lot of receivers and a lot of offensive linemen tend to follow that quarterback. So, you're not just getting the quarterback, you are getting other recruits. Like, it might be another wide receiver from a different school, but they like Jaden Rashada. So, and I have heard there is a receiver that possibly could join Rashada wherever he goes. So, and I get that's, probably why a lot of people are frustrated, because they know that, but I don't know. Just the slander that I've seen over a lot. I'm like, okay, like I get being frustrated, but going after like talking bad about like Katie Turner. Like, what has she done? Like, I'm like, come on, guys. You know, once I seen that, I was like, okay, we've gone too far now. You know, I'm like, if this is, I can only imagine if, you know, if let's say Florida finishes 7-5, you know, are people just going to be like, the heck with Napier and just get rid of him? I'm like, guys, you know, we would just be doing the same thing over and over, and you wouldn't land any coaches that, any big coaches that want to come, you know, to any school that does that. So, no trolling, just being a realist. Gators have a lot of work to do. Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, you know, with what just happened with Florida with Dan Mullen and, you know, just that whole thing going on, I mean, you got to start fresh, really. And, you know, Billy Napier's coming in. I mean, he came in when it was bad. I mean, players were leaving. Dan Mullen, you know, they pretty much, they fired him right before the Florida State game. And, you know, it was a mess. And, you know, it's never good. I mean, when you do that, when you have to fire somebody like that. So that a lot of players don't want to come to that. They feel like your, you know, program's dysfunctional. But I keep hearing great things from now these, you know, the 23, even the 24 class. I keep hearing a lot of players talk highly of Billy Napier and talk highly of the Florida Gators. So, you know, I get missing out on A.J. Harris. Listen, I would have liked A.J. Harris. I like A.J. Harris. Cormani McClain, the number 3 player in the country. It seems, I'm not going to say he's a lock to be a Florida Gator, but I feel like that guy, man, I made a video on him. If you have not checked that out, I really like Cormani McClain. I think he's, you know, he's got an edge to him. He's got that, you know, he'll talk, but he'll walk as well. I feel like he's going to be a great defensive back, and I'm hoping Florida lands him. I feel like they will. I feel like they're always on him. I keep hearing great things. So I know he's visiting Miami as well. But look, you know, I just think a lot of people just need to calm down. You know, December early national signing day isn't even here yet. So I just think some people just need to, you know, take a chill pill a little bit. I mean, I don't know if people got, you know, or Twitter and all that other stuff. It's like, man, a little bit too much. So let's see. Gators will be fine without Bowman. We have a great running back room. Opinion. 4 running backs with an elite talent. Yeah, I'm definitely not worried about. Whenever I heard that, I was like, it sucks because I had high hopes for Demarkcus Bowman. You know, 5-star player coming out of high school, but you know, he didn't look good during the spring game. I think he fumbled like twice. I mean, you know, listen, when you're a running back and you fumble, like you fumble twice in just a spring game. Listen, if you ever played running back, I never did, but listen, I always heard running back coaches, you lose that ball, you're losing carries. And I was like, holy cow, you know. But you know, it's just a big thing. You know, a running back's not supposed to ever lose the ball. You know, it's supposed to ever fumble. And you know, I know he didn't have a great spring game, and you know that probably made him fall on the depth chart. You know, Montreal Johnson, you know, came up huge. So and then Naquan Wright, that third down back, a pass catcher back. I really like Naquan Wright. So, yeah, we're fine. And then Lingard, hopefully he gets healthy. I heard, actually, he got hurt in that spring game because I was wondering why he didn't, you know, get a lot of carries. But come to find out, I think he got hurt in the spring game. So, hopefully he can, you know, be that third, you know, that trio of running backs for the Florida Gators this upcoming year. So, yeah, I'm not, that one I'm not too worried about. I'm worried about other spots for the Florida Gators, like the linebacker position, things of that sort. But, running back, once I heard that, I just knew people were probably going to start freaking out about it because of everything else. But that one I'm not too worried about at all. Let's see. UF are fine. Bye. He has to sit, put a full year now, second time in the portal. Yeah, I mean, and that's why it shouldn't be like a shock. And it really wasn't like a big shock to me. I was just, you know, I was hoping, you know, he would be that really good running back like they projected him out of high school. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, that happens. You know, these 5-star players that come out of high school maybe don't live up to that 5-star, you know, caliber. So, let's see. How did y'all feel about Billy's letter to the fan base? Um, I feel like he was. So I read it, and as soon just because with what everybody was saying and with everything was going on, I didn't feel like he needed to. I felt like he probably didn't even have to say anything. But I think he was just trying to get fans at ease and like, hey, listen, I think he probably got wind of people going after like Katie Turner. I don't even know if they were going after assistant coaches, if people were talking, even going to that extreme. But, I felt like he was just like putting that out there like, hey, guys, it felt like it was almost pre-written. It was just written down. I don't know if it was from him, but, it's, I felt like he didn't need to do it, but, to me, I'm like, it is what it is. I mean, these recruits are going to leave. This happens. Recruiting like this happens. You're going to lose some, you're going to win some. I mean, that's just before NIL, it was the same way. So I've followed recruiting for I don't know how many years. It's the same thing. NIL is it's going to give opportunities to more teams like Miami. You can start to see Texas A&M. They're taking full advantage of it. Texas, you see what they're doing. Texas just landed Arch Manning. I don't think that's about money, but I don't know. Maybe Steve Sarkisian, he's got that pro-style offense. So, it worked out well for them. But they won the sweepstakes on Arch Manning. Some people don't feel like he's that guy. But, it's going to give now teams that were going down, a rise up. So, I don't know. I mean, but the letter that Napier sent, I feel like he didn't need to. That's just my opinion. Let's see. Billy seems like a smart man. I like his attitude. He'll learn as he goes. He's going to learn that there's a lot of politics in the SEC. I'm not into politics. I don't get into all that, but there's so much to being a head coach that people do not realize. It's not just coaching. It's not just the X's and O's. When I went to go see him in Pensacola, whenever he went to go speak, he's got to do all that. He's got to show his face. He's got to speak to everyone. So, it's not just, because he's got to be a public speaker as well. So he's got to have, you got to know what you're talking about. And, you got to have this persona about you that people feel comfortable with. And, I feel like he'll be fine. I feel like there's things that he'll learn from, even throughout the year, coaching in the SEC, he's going to take bumps and bruises. Everyone does. Nick Saban did. I remember Les Miles. You got Jimbo Fisher. They've all taken bumps and bruises, but they have been successful. I don't know why I really said Les Miles. He did okay, I guess. But Richardson in his third year, just like Tebow 08. Oh, man, if I'll take half of that. But I like Richardson's upside. I really do. The spring game really, gave me more confidence about him. Let's see. Going back on some of these, did Bowman announce destination from Gravy Biscuits? I really like that name. I don't know. I want to laugh every time. No, he just announced that he's going to be transferring. He can probably go to a lot of teams. I don't know, second time transferring. And I don't know if he wants more carries, a lot of teams already know, got their running back room. I don't know if he can go somewhere. I don't think he's going to start. Maybe get the second or maybe get more of an opportunity somewhere else. But I don't know where he's expecting to go. So let's see right here. Kirby Smart first year was 7-5. Then look at his record leading to an. And here's the thing. And I don't know if a lot of Georgia fans will even tell you this. Even after that 7-5 year, and when they hired Kirby Smart, Georgia fans were not bought in on Kirby Smart. Okay? Don't let them fool you. A lot of Georgia fans were not sold on Kirby Smart. They thought it was another Nick Saban disciple who wasn't going to pan out, and they really thought that this guy wasn't going to be it for them. And he's just won them a national championship. He's had them playing well. He's went to a national championship. He lost, and he finally got the victory and beat Alabama. And so it's worked out well. Now, I'm not saying Napier is like Kirby Smart. I think Kirby Smart has a different edge to him. I don't think uh, Kirby Smart's a lot more outlandish, and he does not mind saying saying some things about the opponent. Let's just say I think Napier is more. I think he's a little bit more professional. He's more. I'm not gonna say soft spoken, but I don't know. Kirby Smart's just a little different. He's got a little bit of a different edge to him. Let's see what we got here. Bowman to Syracuse? Really? Man, that's got to be bad. A 5-star recruit, you go from Clemson to Florida, and now you go from Florida to Syracuse. I mean, I guess he'll get. I mean, maybe he wants to go to back to the ACC. Syracuse, yeah. Let's see. Listen, I'm telling y'all now, AR-15 is going to be a bust. Oh, Daniel Rivera, you say AR-15 is going to be a bust? I don't know. I see it differently. And you know, listen, that's what I like about my channel. I love, you know, agreeing or disagreeing, you know, with things I say and with other people say. That's what I like about it. And I don't like being rude about it. You know, you made a statement. You made a opinion. I don't know about that. Maybe a lot of people are going to have him so high up. I hope people don't expect him to throw for 4,000 yards. Don't expect that. If he can throw for, you know, under 3,000, have 800 to 900 yards rushing, things of that nature, I will take that all day. That's me. Y'all need to call in. Y'all need a call-in show. Need to address some of these fans trying to tell other how to be fans. Let's see. Fans trying to tell other fans. I don't know. Let's see. Bowman gone. He cheeks herself. No, I think Bowman's a good player. I just felt like, you know, maybe he ain't that guy at the next level. I don't know, because he didn't work out at Clemson. He didn't work out at Florida. So maybe he was overhyped to come out of high school. So let's see. Bowman was our fastest back. I thought that was Lingard. I thought Lingard was like, what, 4.2 or 4.3 40. He supposedly ran. Bowman was fast, but I thought Lingard was the fastest. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody like, let's see, some of these fans trying to tell others how to be fans. That to me, I'm like, I'm not telling fans how to be. I'm just saying, like, don't be going after people that have nothing to do with, like, you know, with the recruiting. Like Katie Turner, yes, she has something to do with recruiting, but like, you know, going after people the way people are, I don't think that's fans. I think that's just being a human being. Like, don't be like that kind of person. Like that's what I'm getting at. You know, if you want to be a fan, you want to be outlandish, you want to be talkative, you want to be, you know, however you are, you're frustrated right now. You know, listen, I get that. You know, there's some things to be frustrated. You know, it's frustrating to be a Florida Gator fan, but you know, I won't tell people how to be a fan, but I will address people going after people in a certain way that it's like, man, that's not cool. You know, and like that's my thing. So like that's one thing. Like, you know, people are fans of different teams. You know, I mean, I'm different. You know, I yell when the game is on. I'm probably yelling at the coaches or yelling at the players. I'm all over the place. But what did his open letter say? I didn't see it. Let's see. Let me go on here. Yeah, I mean, it was to really call out fans to, I guess, he was addressing fans for pretty much going after him and going after his staff. I mean, I felt like it wasn't warranted, but that's just me. Oh, I didn't realize it was that far. So, I mean, he really just, what he was saying, I'll break it down, let's just say. He was saying that, you know, the Florida Gators have very passionate fans. And I know what that means, you know, maybe a little bit too passionate whenever, you know, because I'm the guy, like, I will never see why people, you know, send threats to, you know, a coach or somebody like that because their football team isn't doing bad. I'm like, man, you got other stuff going on if you're wanting to send threats or something like that. And I don't think that's what's going on here. But I think people are just going over the top right now with what they're hearing from recruiting. I think Billy Napier is just addressing that, just saying, hey, guys, I know y'all passionate. I know y'all want every player, every top recruit. But at the end of the day, that's not how it works. Other teams are going to maybe swoop in and, flip a commit or get a guy you were wanting. But that just happens. Let's see. Bowman left Clemson due to his grandfather's death that lived in Atlanta. He wanted his grandfather to see him play. After his death, there was no reason for Bowman to stay at Clemson. Gotcha. So, I wasn't aware of that. So, no, I don't think there was even out there. I didn't understand why he left Clemson, because Clemson, that's where you go play. I mean, running back room, they've always had good running backs. So, let's see. Was the playbook too hard for him? That's what the previous staff said. Oh, so, okay, now I'm getting two different things. So y'all don't understand how hard it is being a Gator fan living in Georgia right now. Oh my God. Simply. Oh, God. No, you're not. Oh, my goodness. If you are a Florida fan and you live in Georgia, it was this simply AKG2. Yeah. Oh, look. I can barely hear you. Let's bump up the volume. Or here, I'll get the microphone closer. Golly, oh man, can you hear me? Can you hear me better now? Let's see. What if he goes to Bama and becomes a first rounder? Bittersweet. That's where the run. Hey, I don't know. For him leaving Florida, I don't know if Alabama will be a destination for him. Somebody said Syracuse earlier, so maybe. Because if he's wanting carries, right now Alabama's not the place. They got that. Gibbs? I believe it is the Georgia Tech transfer. Let's see. The team needs discipline and accountability. That's the reason those guys were cut. Oh, you're talking about the three players. See, at first I thought Burke was one. Marcus Burke, the four-star wide receiver, former four-star wide receiver. And I guess that was a miss. I've heard a couple of different things on that one. I heard that it was a typo or just it was misinformation. Then I heard that players came out for Burke and the Florida Gators kept him. Man, there's so many reports that I'm like, I'm just glad he stayed. I'm glad he's with Florida because I like Burke. I don't know how much he'll be able to, get in with what Florida has this coming year, but next couple years, because he'll be a redshirt freshman, I think, this year. So I was really looking out for him. I know Finley Graham. I know whenever I did the spring game, whenever I went live, a lot of people, it seemed like that was a fan favorite. So I was a little surprised at Finley Graham. I think, he's be like a gadget player. I think somebody said a poor man's Kadarius Toney. I wouldn't put him even in that. I wouldn't put him up there with Kadarius Toney. I wouldn't even say that. But, maybe a slot receiver or something like that, a special team guy. But I think Henderson, Xavier Henderson is going to be probably the punt returner, stuff like that. I think Finley Graham was probably going to have to battle him. And I guess Florida liked, Henderson. So let's see. Finley Graham, his good friend, was cut. Oh, let's see. Standing my ground, though. I won't back down. Man, I'm sorry. Hey, again, man, I am so sorry being a Florida fan in Georgia, I want to know how it was the next day after the national championship game, or when you went to work, or if you went out, if you wore your Florida Gator stuff. I don't know if I could. If I couldn't wear my Florida Gator stuff after they won the national championship, because that had to be rough. Is McClain a lock? I'm not going to say I won't say anybody's a lock until they sign the papers. No, I like McClain. I think he's been the needle has been at him or with Florida for a while. So that's just me. But I would say 80% that he'll come to Florida. But I know he's visiting Miami, or he just took an official visit to Miami. But, man, I'm going to say I like A.J. Harris, But there's a reason why McLean is the number one defensive back in the country in the 23 class. Go put on the tape. Even if you didn't watch mine, just go watch his highlights. He's got that mentality of like, you know how if y'all watch NFL, Jalen Ramsey he's different. You know, he talks, but he'll back it up. That's kind of how McLean is. McLean's not afraid to get at you, but also prove it. So I really like him. You can put him up there with, oh goodness, I can't remember the cornerback Jackson State got from Florida State, Travis Hunter. I could see that in Cormani McLean. So I really like him because Cormani McLean did the same thing as Travis Hunter. He played wide receiver too, and his wide receiver tape was just as impressive. So Gators are starting hop on NIL bus. Let's see, bro. Here we go. Oh, this is what I wanted to see. Okay, so this was from Simply AK G2, the Florida fan in Georgia. Let's see, bro. I was at work when they won the title. It's like the entire store was running around screaming. You could tell it was a drought for the hill. My supervisor took off running. Oh my goodness. Did they shut down the store? That's what I want. I feel like Georgia fan, if it's like that crazy, they probably shut down the store. They probably closed it down and said, you know, we're just going off the streets and just, you know, going streaking or something. Let's see. Michael Dawson. Who do we have behind AR that you can truly say we okay? I can't say we have that yet. What do you got? Yeah, of course you got Jack Miller. I wouldn't say I'm comfortable with that after his spring game. Hopefully he can catch up. You know, he's a former 4-star recruit coming out of high school, but you know, just what he had in the spring game, it just wasn't very good. You also have Kitna, John Kitna's son. Is it Jalen? I think Jalen Kitna, because Florida did lose a quarterback, Del Rio. He went to, oh goodness, I can't remember where he went to now. But Del Rio left. That was the one I was more interested in. The third or possibly even the second quarterback would be Del Rio. But I really don't have too much confidence in Miller or Kitna, to be honest with you. I don't think a lot of other Florida Gator fans are going to say the same. But, you know, we'll see with time. But it's AR. It's Anthony Richardson right now. If he goes down, I hope he doesn't, but we know his injury history. I'm going to say I did a schedule prediction for the Florida Gators. I said it would be 9-3 this year. Listen, I know that's probably going to be the absolute they can do. That I don't think they're going to get 10 wins unless they can get to 9-3 and win a bowl game. But 9-3, I think 9 wins is the top. I think the low, you know, you're looking at 6-6, 7-5. If you 6-6 and 7-5 is if Anthony Richardson is just out of some games or something like that. I can see the Florida Gators going 6-6 because it's really solely Anthony Richardson. You know, a quarterback, you know, that really, you know, puts you above. You know, if you have a really good team but you don't have a good quarterback, other than Georgia, that was an anomaly. You know, what Georgia did with Stetson Bennett, that Georgia team was just so great that made Stetson Bennett look better. But a lot of times you need, you know, that quarterback. Like when Joe Burrow came in for LSU, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, they had a good team around them, but you put that quarterback in there, a really good or a great quarterback, it excels you. And I think Anthony Richardson, he's a great quarterback. I'm not going to put him up there with Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, or none of them because he's got to prove it. But I think he can. I think he's got the possibility and the upside to be in that category to lift this Florida Gators team up. But, you know, we'll see. I'm just hoping he stays healthy all throughout the year. Let's see. Chris Smith, 10-2, man. Trust me. I hope it can go 10-2. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We got some predictions. A lot of people are saying, let's see. As a UGA fan, I get ragged on all the time here in Ocala, Florida. You should. How dare you? No, just how dare you? You're from Florida. Well, I don't know if you're from Florida, but you live in Florida. How dare you? But let's see. Simply coming back, it was crazy. He went broke buying championship gear that night. Now the entire store is saying back to back when I walk in, Billy needs to turn this around for my sake. Man, I'm sorry. I'm glad I live in Florida. You know what? It's kind of hard for me because where I'm at, I have a lot of Florida State fans around me. You know, so living close to Tallahassee, that's where I got a lot of Florida State fans. I don't hear much from them anymore. Let's just say so. I'm okay with that. Yeah, Florida State fans, they are quiet. A lot of my friends, I got a lot of friends who are Florida State fans. They're pretty quiet. They won't come on my channel. I want them to do a live, and I think they know. I wouldn't be mean to them, but I'd do some jabs every now and then, I guess. Let's see. Florida is better than Miami. Let's see. 10-2. I say Gators 6-5. So are you saying like 7-5 or 6-6? Daniel? Let's see. King Sola 8-4, 9-3. Let's see. The lowest I'll go is 7-5. I mean that's respect. 7-5, 8-4, 9-3 for a schedule prediction. I think it's. I think it needs to be an asterisk by it. It needs to, my 9-3 is if Anthony Richardson is healthy, because I really don't trust any of the quarterbacks behind him. Because Billy Napier, for his offense, I think Jack Miller is just different, but I think Anthony Richardson is perfect for Billy Napier's offense. That's just my opinion. I don't know if anybody's going to say the same thing. Let's see, a competitive 8-4, 9-3 team is most games. Agree. Fishing football 8-4. Love fishing football. He's got a YouTube channel. I check him out all the time. He's a big Gator fan. Let's see. Georgia will go 7-5. Oh, that's just I don't see that. Have you seen? First off, Georgia's schedule. I would love to have that schedule. Okay, Georgia's schedule is nice. UGA might go 10-2. Georgia, they got a couple of games that I'm particularly interested in. Of course, the first game, Oregon. A lot of people believe, Georgia's just going to stomp all over Oregon. And I see the comments. I pay attention every now and then. I don't read every comment. It's hard for me to. But I feel like that it's because it's the first game. And, with Oregon, I get they have Dan Lanning. And now they have Bo Nix. You never know about Bo Nix. Bo Nix could throw for 6 touchdowns or throw 6 picks. So let's see. Fishing football, we need that call-in show, my guy. I missed the last one. Let's see. I know a lot of Everything Gators with Carr. That's another Florida Gator fan. He's got a YouTube show. I don't think he does call-ins right now, but he's getting started. So he does a lot of talking on his. Mine, I know people want me to go 8, 9, 10 minutes. Sometimes I don't have the time. He makes longer videos. I enjoy them. Everything Gators with Carr. That's another one. But Fishing Football, Pate Productions. By the way, shout out to Pate. He's been a fan of mine since pretty much day one. So shout out to Pate. Let's see. I got you, buddy, coming in soon. Hey, man, Fishing Football, if you do a call-in, I will definitely tune in. Of course, maybe I'm a little older and I'm still trying to figure out technology, so I don't know how to do a lot of stuff still. Man, doing this live, it took me so long, working with all the equipment and all this stuff. So let's see. Bo Nix is a clown. Bo Nix is just weird. That's what I say. And the tackling was atrocious last year. 100%. That's all I had to see was the first sentence on that. You were absolutely correct. Simplifying the defense should help the players play fast in Tony offense, Patrick Tony's offense, defense. Oh, listen, the game of football, I think people make it complicated. It's not complicated. If you ask a lot of the top coaches, heck, Bill Belichick was one. He said a lot of people overcomplicate football. This dude won 6 Lombardi trophies. And, I think a lot of other coaches will say the same thing. Now, you can make all these, offenses and have all these special, plays and do all that. But the game of football, when it comes down to it, is about technique. It really is. In the spring game, Florida's first touchdown, guy shoulder bumps him without tackling. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, when do we go from shoulder bumps to not wrapping up anymore? It's those things that, that would have saved a touchdown. And who knows, if you save that touchdown, maybe they only get 3. Maybe they turn over the ball. So I think the little things in football make a big difference. And let's see, Blake, when you put that gift bag on your head last year, I lost it. Oh man, you had to bring that back up. Oh my goodness, man, I was so mad. I was so mad that game. Oh my goodness. I got a lot of compliments about that though. I think people were feeling frustrated, because then listen, I'm cool, once at that time, I think what was that, Dan Mullen's 4th year, it's like, listen, whenever I saw this guy and people were sending it to me, this guy laughing on the sideline, I mean, after the Kentucky game over there smiling, that's when I'm like, all right, this dude doesn't even want to be here. Like this guy's like, nah, he don't even care. So that got me. Damn mullet. I'm surprised Cousin Eddie ain't in here. One of the guys that's a big Georgia fan. I think he loves Dan Mullen. Let's see. If Bama and Georgia and everyone else, if Ohio State has a good defense, they will win the Natty because, man, they have a great offense. Yeah, with C.J. Stroud, Jackson Smith. Ohio State, I tell you what, that's one who's winning recruiting right now. My goodness, have y'all seen the wide receivers those guys have gotten in the 23 class, or they're committing? I mean, what is it? 2 5-stars, 2 high 4-stars, or something like that. I mean, really good wide receivers. I know Carnell Tate was a good one. Let's see. Was I the only that jumped out of bed with joy when Dan Mullen got fired? Man, I made a video so quick whenever I was singing hallelujah. And I think I think Dan Mullen finally took a coaching job at some Little League school or something. I don't even think nobody wanted him in college or anywhere. I think his destination was the NFL, and that got burned pretty quick. Let's see. FSU 4-8, probably right. Atlanta weather. Yeah, I think one guy said, a Florida State fan, they'll be happy with 6-6. So I know Florida State, they got to play LSU this year. So that'll be interesting. Let's see. The last 2 seasons, the defense was ugly. Yeah. I mean, but we also know that oh goodness, that was the Grantham defense. That was what everybody called 3rd and Grantham, and just on 3rd down, it was like, send everybody. We're not going to play coverage. We're going to play zero coverage. We're going to play cover 0. We're going to go everybody man, and we're just going to send everybody. But Jesus, Heartline killing it. Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, Ohio State, that's one that's killing recruiting right now. They're doing a really good job. I mean, even though I can't stand Ohio State, okay? But I will say, hey, when somebody's doing a good job. But Ohio State's that team. I mean, I don't know if they've ever gotten like a good quarterback ever come from Ohio State. So I don't know. Like, I know Quinn Ewers, but he transferred, and we'll see if he turns out to be any good. But so Ohio State ever had a quarterback go from college to the NFL and be any good? They can't count Joe Burrow. That's null and void. You can't do that. Joe Burrow was gone 2 years after that. So let's see. I won 500 because I said that Florida will lose their last 4 games after Georgia, and they lost when Clown Mullen was a coach. Hey, well, congratulations on your 500. 500. I think I should get 10% because of my that season probably cut about 10% of my lifespan. I know that. Brian Kelly at LSU was Dan Mullen at UF5s. Brian Kelly is, and he may do well his first couple of years, but I mean, same guy. I mean, he was at Notre Dame for how long, and he was getting top recruits and just was never able to get it done at Notre Dame. So I don't know. They seem to like him. Let's see. The limit I got, weird feelings about him. Bowman was like RB3. I like him, but our running back room is stacked. Absolutely, King Sola. Absolutely. I mean, that's why I was like, with all this news and with everything going on, I was like, I know people are going to start freaking out, but listen, this one, you can take it however you want. Maybe you're a Bowman fan. I was a Bowman. I mean, I like Bowman, but after seeing Montreal Johnson and seeing him, I'm like, I'm okay. Naquan Wright, I know how good he can be. and how shifty he is. And he's just a different running back than Montreal Johnson. And then, we still Lingard, and came over from Miami. So I like the 3 running backs. So I'm definitely okay with that. I wasn't too worried about that. I see Notre Dame recruiting better since he left. Hey, what did Notre Dame get? They just got that 5. Actually, you're actually right about that. Because oh goodness, they got the quarterback, the big time quarterback they got. Oh goodness, I can't remember who he is now. Man, they got because they got him from Alabama, or I thought he was going to go to Alabama, but it's someone I can't even remember it. But he's a 5-star quarterback, and then they got that big defensive end that Florida's trying to flip right now. But yeah, Notre Dame has done really well since Brian Kelly. Isn't that kind of interesting? Now LSU, they have done a little bit in recruiting as well. I'm not going to say they're not, but let's see. Lorenzo probably RB1 now. Let's see. CJ Carr. Let's see. Lingard is still at UF. Absolutely, yeah. I think Lingard now. I don't see why he would leave, because Montreal Johnson. See, Naquan Wright's a different running back. He's not. He's that third down back. He's that shifty back. He's that guy that, if it's 3rd and 7, you get him wheel route, something out of the backfield, he can make, a linebacker miss or two. Montreal Johnson, Lingard, they're between the tacklers. So I don't see why Lingard would leave. And to me, maybe Bowman, he felt like Lingard was catching up to him. Maybe he didn't feel like, he didn't want to battle. So he was going to have to split carries even with that. So the carries were going to be kind of thin, I guess, for him. So that's my thinking. But and I could be wrong. It could be something else. So I think someone said that the playbook. But as a running back, I feel like, man, when you're dealing with the playbook, running back well, I wouldn't say receiver, but running back should be one of the easiest ones that you should be able to pick up on an offense. I mean, I've seen so many times when even in NFL, those running backs come right off the street. They can get 100 yards in a game. I've seen it multiple times. So that one, I don't know. It was a shock to me. Someone messaged on one of my comments that I put a post on, and they were like, Bowman's transferring. And it was a little bit of a shock, but I was like, well, that sucks. But it wasn't like the Jaden Rashada news where, he was probably going to commit to Miami. I was like, that was more of a bummer to me. But let's see. Coach Carr's grandson. That's right. God, CJ Carr. That's what somebody was. I was wondering what they were saying. Fishing Football was saying. Yeah, CJ Carr. That's crazy to me. I think so that would be Michigan. So, oh man. So I know Alabama was going after him, but so that's a Michigan blood right there goes to Notre Dame. So, hey Blake, bro, how's it going? Go Gators. Zachary Whitfield, what's up, man? Coach Carr grandson, Michigan. That's crazy though. The old Michigan coach grandson, Montreal Johnson, is an SEC running back. I feel like he can be. I know I was talking about that earlier. Naquan Wright had a decent season last year. If defenses sleep on him when he comes to play, he can make teams pay. Absolutely. He gives me kind of like remember. I don't know. A lot of people remember like Jeff Demps and Chris Rainey. He get like that Chris Rainey vibe. Like I don't know. Naquan Wright's kind of like that. He's a speedster, but man, he can hurt you in the open field. Let's see. Terrell had 12 touchdowns as a freshman. How are people sleeping on him? I mean, I know. I think it's the same thing of when Billy Napier left Louisiana with Montreal Johnson. When Billy Napier left Louisiana, they're like, well, can he coach in the SEC? Well, same thing with Montreal Johnson. Can he play running back in the SEC? It's the same thing. So, I feel like he's fine. Once I saw him in the spring and when he went back and forth for the orange and blue team, man, the way he ran, the way he runs, I like him. So remember when Georgia scored 21 points, less than 2 minutes? How dare you, Daniel? How dare you? Why you bring that up? Oh, let me tell you something. That situation when AR-50, I don't even want to get started. I don't want to get started on that. But that damn back to Dan Mullen on that. ETN, let's see. Oh, will Trevor Etienne get reps this season? With Bowman out, I mean, more than likely. Because, I mean, when you play the running back position, I mean, injuries happen. You get banged up here and there. So if, Naquan Wright, he's been injured before. Lingard, he was injured in the spring game. Now, but if one of them or if Montreal Johnson, they get banged up, they have to miss a week or two, look for ETN. Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't. Fishing football, ETN would definitely get reps now. Yeah. If Bowman was there, it would be a stretch, maybe coming in like if Florida's beating Vanderbilt by like 50 or something. That would have been the time for him to get reps. But I agree. ETN can get reps now. Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited about him. Travis Etienne's Travis Etienne, that's his brother. Travis Etienne, everybody knows how good he was at Clemson. And so, man, I mean, now that you say it, I didn't even think about that. So, Montreal is a diamond in the rough. Just hope Naquan comes back like he was before injury. Absolutely. Let's see. That's why I say it's okay that we lost Bowman. Yeah, I don't think one person's even said that they're worried about that. I think that's what's nice about, I think, my YouTube channel. It's a lot more level-headed people who are like, all right, we understand what's going on. And, they understand the depth chart. They understand where Bowman was. So I don't think, I was just hoping people weren't freaking out about it. So I'm glad people are not freaking out about that. UGA doesn't play 5 stars, and Bama just got a 5-star quarterback. So Arch made a good call on going to Texas. I mean, I get that. And with Texas, with Steve Sarkisian, he's a pro style. He runs a pro style offense. Remember what he did with at Alabama. So I mean, he probably thought that's where his skills would develop better. At Texas, and I felt like with his move, it was not a money move. I don't think he needs the money. That was my first thing was, and it's not going to be a money move. It's going to be a career move. What's better for his career, because a lot of people expect him to be a first round pick when he, leaves college. So, he's got that last name Manning. So let's see. Emory is a good kid. Wishing him the best. Yeah. I really hope, oh goodness, I really wish him back. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember where he went. But I hope he does well. I like Emory. I mean, I really did. I like Emory Joe. I mean, he wasn't very consistent as a quarterback. So let's see. Scott Anderson, you mean Emily accurate as Hell Jones? Oh, let's see. I think it's silly to say we don't care that we lost Bowman because of depth, but we still have an elite running back room and O-line looking solid. Absolutely. The offensive line's looking great. But let's see. So we don't care. Yeah, I mean, it sucks losing Bowman because, like I said, he was one of my top 5 guys I was hoping to break out along with Jervin Dexter. I'm looking for a big year out of Jervin Dexter and Henderson, Xavier Henderson, the wide receiver. But, losing Bowman, to me, it sucks. But as soon as I saw, I looked at the depth chart. I was like, well, we're good. So, and the O-line, definitely. I tell you what, I keep seeing that O-line. And then even the recruiting, I don't know if anybody's caught that. If you've watched my videos, man, the Florida Gators are getting some big hosses on the offensive line. 330 pounds, 6'5" guys. I mean, they're beefing up the offensive line. So, hey, I'm really liking what Billy Napier is doing, recruiting the big offensive line, because that's where it starts. It starts in the trenches. So, I really like what he's gotten in the 23 class so far of the offensive linemen. Some of them are projects. Some of them you're going to have to work with a little bit. But, man, you can't teach 6'5", 330 pounds, and you can move. So, I'm really liking that. So, let's see. Oh, he went to Arizona State. That's where I couldn't remember. For some reason, I was thinking Maryland, but that's Jacob Copeland went to Maryland, I think. So, I know I keep seeing Copeland on my Twitter feed. So, so best O-line in 10 years probably. Man, hey, And to be honest with you, that's not that's not overstatement because the offensive line for Florida has been bad over the past years. I mean, weirdly bad. I mean, probably one of the best offensive line the Florida Gators had. Probably what 06, 08 when they had the Pouncey twins. You know, I know the Florida Gators have had some good offensive linemen come out in the past couple years, but that's just like singular. Just one offensive lineman like Jawan Taylor. I remember when Martez Ivy? I think he was supposed to be like this really good offensive lineman. Got him as a 5-star offensive lineman. Didn't work out. That was a rough year for the offensive line as well. A rough couple years. But, yeah, probably 06, 08 is when, like, it was a really good offensive line. Let's see. Is Florida going to be throwing any shoes this year? How dare you, Daniel? How dare you bring up the shoe toss? Throw these shoes. And it's cleats, not shoes. Let's see. We need to hit on the trenches, on the D-line, NO line, and get receivers and think we're going to be all right. Yeah, I mean, and I think that, he's starting, Billy Napier and his recruiting staff are getting really, they're beefing up that offensive line. And 3 out of the 6 commits right now are on the offensive line. So, and I like those guys. Let's see. Daniel Rivera, bringing that up is blasphemy. Shame on you. Yes. Blasphemy. I can't believe you would bring that up. Man, let me tell you something. You want to talk about something? I had to buy this new hat because of that game. I didn't even buy a hat for a while. I messed my hat up so bad because I was so mad during that game. Because that was the LSU game. Trust me, I remember. It was so foggy. You couldn't really see anything. Oh, my goodness. That game, yeah. He's a Georgia fan. No, that makes sense. Rubbing it in while you can, and then you can wait another 40 years. Then do it again. Let's see. I got a bet with a friend. If Florida wins 11 games this season, he has to eat a Carolina Reaper pepper. If they don't, I do so. Or if they don't, I do. So who do you think will eat the pepper? So you're going to bet your friend if Florida wins 11 games this season, he has to eat. Buddy, do you like hot stuff? Like, listen, I'm a Florida Gator fan. 11 games, you're hoping Florida goes 10-2 and then win a bowl game. Or unless they can squeak out 11 wins this year. But, whew, I don't know about that one. It's okay. Georgia won't win another for a while. Oh, dang, Daniel. Why you come on every Gator channel? I've seen that because I know I know he's a let's see, you lost that bet. Listen, as a Florida Gator fan, I'm sorry, man. You might want to, like, redo that. Maybe 10. I would better with 10, 9 or 10. But 11? Whew. 11 games. Oh, I don't know about that. Let's see. You definitely eating that pepper balls. I wish it was the friend, though. So, yeah, you even got other Florida Gator fans saying the same. I wish you wouldn't. So, you crazy to say we win 11 games. Oh, man. I was not. I have double-digit wins would be amazing. And they would have to hit that at the bowl game, even if I predict 9-3. But, man, 11 games. Whew. Let's see. Gators live rent-free in his head. It's all right. Hey, listen. I got a lot of Georgia fans that come on my channel. I talk about them a little bit. Throughout the season, they just better not have a loss. Because I know a lot of Georgia fans. Now, I know some of them are cool. Some of them are good. But a lot of them keep that energy up. Because when that first game, if Oregon somehow pulls out a victory, you don't want that video from me. You don't want that video from me. I have kept some things. That's why I say, like, yeah, man, I don't know. Let's see. Why you say that? We got a great team. Let's see. That would make all our fans eat crow for sure. Man, I'm just saying, Georgia fans, listen, I'm all for being cocky. They had a great year. Georgia fans, they're still celebrating. I get that. But, if you lose that first game to Oregon, because I believe Oregon, and then I think, is it Miami? I can't remember if it's Miami they play. No, I'm sorry. Not Miami. Kentucky. Kentucky's going to be tough this year. I'm telling y'all right now, Kentucky's going to be tough this year. I think they're going to have a really good offense, and they got some guys on the defensive side that can play. So Kentucky, I hate to say it, who would have ever thought 10 years ago that you would think Kentucky's going to have a good football team? So let's see, not a great team, but we have a good team enough to maybe upset Georgia. So hey man, oh my God, if Florida upsets Georgia, first off, I know I'll probably go live on that game. Because, I'm expecting to go live on a lot of games. Utah, the first game, I'm going to. Georgia, I'll pick a couple because I think my schedule is going to be a little better around that time. So now I'll be able to do stuff on the weekends. But, man, if Florida beats Georgia, look out for that video or look out for that live video. You want to talk about somebody that will go crazy. Let's see, Stetson Bennett is a little Timmy. Oh, Stetson Bennett is... Oh, he's like, listen, I don't want to disrespect him. Dude's like 25 years old, so he's dang near my age. So he's like, I think he is. I think he'll end up being 25 this year. I think he's 24. I think he'll end up being 25 or something like that. He's like Chris Winkie, whenever Chris Winkie used to play for like Florida State when he was like 31 playing for him. Stetson Bennett is like the Alex Smith version of the NFL. If anybody knows Alex Smith, he was like that game manager. He would just, win games for you. Just, he would do the little things right, but he was never going to be a great quarterback. Stetson Bennett's like the Alex Smith of the college football world. I think it's kind of a reach, but boy, if we beat Georgia, it's going to be the best win of the season. So I got a question. So here we go. So there's still a lot of people, and I don't want, I've been going over an hour on this live, but I'll be ending it shortly. But what would you rather have? Florida go 10-2, lose to Georgia, or go 7-5 but beat Georgia? What would you rather have? That just came to my mind. I've not thought about that. It just came to me. So I just want to know what people think about that. And so if Florida goes to, what's up, buddy? Knuckles. Sorry, my 2-year-old just came in. So if Florida goes 7-5 but beats Georgia, or they go 10-2 and they lose to Georgia. Let's see. Here we go. I actually think, let's see. Oh, man. Now we're going in the comments now. He'll move on. I think it's kind of a reach, but boy. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Hey, walk on. One natty put 21 points in the fourth quarter against Bama. Hey, walk on did. Hey, Stetson Bennett. I thought he had the best fourth quarter. I think that's the best quarter he's ever had. So 10-2 for sure. So you would say 10-2 rather than losing to Georgia. Okay. Beat Georgia. There we go. I was waiting for that one. I don't know. It's let's see. UF will beat Georgia this year. Hey, I hope you're right, Chris Smith. Let's see. Doesn't that mean we can't play next year if he transfers now? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Georgia needs to beat Kentucky first. Didn't South Carolina beat Florida 41-10? Now you're just trolling, Daniel. But I know you. It's fine. Let's see. 7-5 beat Georgia. That's how much I hate those damn dogs. Oh, man. I was waiting for that. Listen, I would love to go 10-2, but if you told me, hey, you can go 7-5 and beat Georgia, how many Georgia people that I've gotten to know, yeah, I would definitely I would probably pick that. That's just me. Because 10-2, you would go to maybe a New Year's Six Bowl or something like that. But listen, if you ain't playing for a national championship, but if you could beat Georgia, I would take that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Because a 10-2 in Napier's first year would give us a wave of recruits. You know what? I agree with that, King Sola. Absolutely. But a win against Georgia, I think would also do that as well. I think some recruits will look, but the 10-2 would look a lot better. Let's see, Daniel, that is under stupid damn Mullen. Let's see. I hope that's a little Gator fan in the making behind you. Absolutely. Yeah. He's something. So yeah, you see he's got the Florida Gator already. He's got the Florida Gator pillow right behind me. Yeah. Let's see. Go Gators just for you, Blake. Thank you, Daniel. See, looking out. So, I mean, we beat them with Mullen, so watch out. That was, and what was Dan Mullen? Man, that always made me mad whenever Florida lost to Georgia last year. He said Dan Mullen said, well, we beat them the year before, but we lost them this year, so the talent gap's right there. I was like, dude, you're out of your freaking mind. I was like, dude, you haven't been recruiting. So, but let's see. Bear Bryant once said he'd rather beat Auburn than win a national championship. Holy cow. Does Napier think Florida fans can read? Come on. That's messed up. Hey, listen, I've always said, by the way, I'm a Florida fan, but I'm not the Florida man, okay? Everyone always talks about the Florida man. That's not me. I've never been in the news that I'm aware of. So, go Dogs just for you, Daniel Rivera. Oh, how dare you. Oh, go Dogs. Let's see. We are fine. UF Shorts. What's up, buddy? UF Shorts. We're fine. Bama is in the 40s in recruiting. People need to calm down. Absolutely. You know, and that's where I'm going to start ending it. Plus, I think he's back, and he's probably wanting to hang out with me now too. So, but let's see. Georgia will hire Herschel Walker for the next coach when UF beat them this year. Dang, Herschel Walker. I think he's fighting right now. I think he's boxing or something like that. But anyway, I mean, look. You know, with all the Florida Gator news that's happened, I think, you know, a lot of people just need to, you know, relax right now. It's not the end of the world right now. I think we'll be just fine. Yeah, buddy. But Demarkcus Bowman leaving doesn't hurt the running back room too much. Hurts maybe a little depth, but with ETN going to be that fourth running back, I think we'll be fine. So I appreciate you taking the time to chalk it up with us, Blake. Hey, go Gators. Yeah, even the Georgia fans that are on here, go Gators. I know they like to tune in and check out what Florida's doing, but hey, everyone. Hey, I appreciate everyone watching this channel. I appreciate everyone subscribed to me. Herschel ain't fighting. He's running for Senate. Oh, is that? I thought he was fighting at one time. I thought he was doing MMA. So I think that's the next thing he's doing, Senate too, is he? So Mullen will be back as head coach for the Gators. Never. Maybe as like a high school, maybe for like a high school, like the Gators, maybe. I don't even know if he'll get a high school job. Thanks for all hard work, Blake, and thanks for the content. No problem. I just wanted to go on live and just kind of just talk about all this craziness that was going on. But just, you know, I wasn't expecting to go almost an hour and a half, but, you know, everybody was commenting. We were having a good time. Friday night. You know, so I'm going to go check out, see what's going on. I think there's a UFC fight or something tonight. So probably hang out with him a little bit. Oh, or maybe he's going to bed. That'll be good too. So, but I appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate everyone watching my videos. Hey, can you say bye? Can you say bye? Look in that camera. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hey, if that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what does. This should put a smile on your face to end it. Let's see. Let me get a go Dogs. Never. So, I've told you this before. I know I read a lot of comments and don't remember, but you make me hate Florida less. You're a stand-up dude. Let's go. Your name. Okay. So, hey, man, I appreciate that, though. You know, listen, and I know a lot of Florida fans, by the way, that are, like, genuine, like, good people who actually understand, you know, what's going on with Florida right now. And, you know, they're not expecting Florida to go 12 wins or nothing like that. They expect, like me, you know, 9-3 is the ceiling, 7-5, 8-4, something like that. And I'm all right with that. So, but hey, I appreciate everyone tuning in. But hey, again, go Gators, even for those dog fans that are on here right now. But I appreciate everyone watching. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy y'all's weekend. And watch out for that video on the Jaden Rashada. If he tunes in, or if he commits to the Florida Gators, or if he commits to Miami, I'll be making a video on that this weekend. If he does it on Sunday, I heard maybe he's pushed his commitment back. So, but we'll see. But I appreciate everyone watching this channel, and don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. I post content all the time. I post videos and funny stuff all the time, and I'm gonna probably do more. So, but I appreciate everyone. Appreciate all the support.